The team from Genius X have put together the details around the distribution of the Gen X token from their ISPO. So let's get into the details.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.
Hey everyone, I'm Peter Bury, and on your way in, please consider giving me that thumbs up, click subscribe, click on the notification bell, and I'll keep you up to date with everything that's happening in the Cardano ecosystem. So this is the latest update from the Genius X team. Now, on the 11th here, which is just after the 11th now, we should have our airdropped Gen X tokens in our wallets. So if you staked in their ecosystem in that ISPO, that initial stake pool offering, where they raised that ADA funds for their ecosystem, you should have received your tokens by now. So please go ahead and check your wallets. You can check on their ISPO dashboard as well, where you can find out how much you've earned through that ISPO process. So you can check that and see if you remember which wallet you used, you can see how much potential Gen X tokens you received. So check your wallets now. Now, if we just go back to the announcement here, there is a little bit more information. Now, you don't get all of your tokens airdropped at this point in time. You only get 25% of it. If you check here on the announcement, 25% now, and then a linear vesting schedule, meaning over the next 12 months, you'll be given a portion of those tokens divided by 12. So how much you have left divided by 12 every single month. And there is a claiming process that you need to go through to be able to get these tokens. So there's a couple of claiming platforms in the Cardano ecosystem. There's drip drops, there's tossy drops, and a couple of more that may be used in this case, or they may be creating their own in this case to actually allow you as a user to claim the tokens. Now, I know a lot of these token platforms do take some fees, so hopefully they do create their own so that it's as cheap as possible for anyone that wants to claim those tokens. Now, if you participated in the IDO, the actual token sale of the Gen X, it has a very similar thing where you would have been airdropped a certain amount, but then the rest of it you will need to claim over a 12-month period. I'm hoping we can claim this all in one go, like every 6 months or so we're not paying continuous fees for these claims. And this is also the same for any of the launchpads, RBPad or Red Kite. You'll be able to claim through those platforms as well. So now you're wondering, what can you possibly do with your tokens? And there are a few options. Now, they do have an article to give you some options in regards to staking on their platform. And let me just go through a couple of highlights down here. Now, if we go to the staking program details, they have the 6, 9, the 12 month options with different APYs for each one of those. But then they also have these extra NFTs that they gave away for people that participated in the ISPO. So if you claimed that NFT, I think the claiming for it had ended, but let me check that one. I'll put the link in the show notes if you still can claim it. But if you have one of these NFTs, you gain an extra bonus in that particular APY. So they've got a couple of rarities here. So each one of these, depending on how long you staked for, gave you an extra little bit of a booster here. So the Galaxy gives you 10%, and also the Titan gave you 10%. Now you can actually buy these on JPEG Store or any NFT marketplace. Now you can see here the Titan NFT you can get here on JPEG Store, and they're going for about 130 ADA. Let me just check what that price is converted. And that's roughly $38 at the moment. So it's not overly expensive, but still a little bit more of a purchase price that you do need to add on if you want to use that to boost your staking reward. So that is an option there. The other alternative is that you can provide liquidity on a DEX, such as MinSwap. There is a little bit of liquidity here. There isn't too much though. So you can see here, if you're purchasing 5,000 ADA worth of Gen X tokens at the moment, there is a little bit of price impact here, and that will affect your trade. You do lose out on a little bit there. So make sure if you're trading into this, you may want to do it in a way where you aren't affected by price impact. So if you're zapping in, for example, a large amount of Gen X tokens, you will be affected by that price impact and lose a little bit of your Gen X tokens and ADA in the process. So make sure you do the calculations there and you're not losing out too much. Looking at the trading pattern here, it looks like a lot of people It's pretty much even. It's a little bit hard to see, a little bit hard to tell in exactly how the market's going at the moment. Now, if you want to check your wallet balance, you can use the Genius X ISPO dashboard here. You can see it's ISPO completed, but you can put in your staking address and click on show rewards, and that will do the calculations against your wallet and then work out exactly how much you've earned through that process. So here you can see I've just clicked show rewards and I've earned 838 Gen X tokens, and also a little bit extra here because this was a dual ISPO reward one. I also get some of the IGON tokens as well. So that's pretty nice to see, and you can see a breakdown of every epoch where you staked and how much you've earned through that process too. So it's a nice little interface there that gives you all that detailed information. Now, to start staking, if you haven't done so before, just head over to the Genius Yield app and you can create a staking vault simply by clicking on new staking and then choosing which token you want to actually add into the staking platform. So you can see here you do have a few options. So these projects have partnered with Genius Yield to provide a staking option for their users. So you can stake the GENS tokens and make an NTX, EMP, and the Gen X token. So connect your wallet, whether it is Eternal or NAMI, and then click on the token that you want to provide into the staking vault. In this case, I clicked on Gen X, type in the amount of Gen X tokens you would like to stake and lock into the period, and then choose your lock period, whether it's 6, 9, or 12 months, and it will give you the calculation of the potential amount of rewards that you earn from this process. So I'm going to add in 100 here, and you can see I get a little bit extra, 11% return here. And if I had an NFT here, it will come up in this particular display, and it will give me that extra APY for the NFT that I've selected in my wallet. Next, you just need to click on stake, and that will bring up a transaction that you need to verify and approve, and away you go. You created your first staking vault. Now, it's important to note you can't add extra to that particular staking vault. So in their documentation here, they do mention this. So create a staking vault, they cannot be changed. You cannot add more Gen X in the future to that vault, but you can create another vault. So you can potentially purchase one of these NFTs here if they drop in price, for example, and then if the Gen X token drops in price, you may want to get into the ecosystem at that point, then create a new staking vault and stake that way. So you do have some options in how you can play around with all this. Now, hopefully that all made sense, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to their community on Discord or on Telegram, or leave a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to answer them as well. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, if you found it useful, please give me that thumbs up, click subscribe, click on the notification bell, and you'll hear from me soon with more great Cardano related content.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.